All right. Well, welcome. Happy Wednesday. I think, yes, Wednesday. Hard to keep track and see as we go. Feels like it was just Sunday. So we're going to get at it today. We're going to do our main set today. We're going to have some kind of high tension, deliberate pulls into some extended alternating pulls. So that one's going to be a lot of fun. And I think we'll feel a little bit of a burn on that today. I think it'll be good. We'll have kind of a shorter before we get going. But anyway, let's get started with our warm-up. Let's not waste too much time here. Let me set up my computer so I can get us all same level. All right, and again, we're gonna kind of go through our same routine here of just swinging and loosening up and just getting ready to move the arms. Get the shoulders prepped and ready to go. And all those little muscles are all around the shoulders. Just swing the arms out a little bit. And we can do some sides, get the spine twisting a little, feeling good. Just getting loose here. All right. Fix my computer. All right, let's start with some one arm. We'll go backwards today, backwards arm circles. Nice and slow. We want a big range of motion through here, all the way over the top. Try to stay square through the shoulders, but again, big circle all the way back. Kind of squeeze the shoulder blade a little as you come. As we come over the top, you'll feel that stretch across the front of the shoulder, across the front of the chest, right through here. And then let that arm come back. Work on that mobility there in the shoulder joint. We'll do about 10 here. As you regulars know, I don't really count and I lose count. It's all right. We'll switch to the other arm. It's just about moving. It doesn't have to be exact. Big arm circles. Just trying to reach as far as you can with your fingertips all the way around. All the way through there. Good. Let's go back to the other arm and go forward. And now we're feeling that come over the top this way. We'll feel that stretch all the way through the back of the shoulder, our main pressure point for when we're doing bands, that main sore spot right there. Stretch that out as we come over the top. Again, same idea, square through the shoulders, just big circles in big range of motion. And again, it's almost like you're trying to have your fingertips reach the furthest point as they can all the way around. And then switch arms now, come right over to the side. About 10 of these. Big motion here. All right, now let's keep that forward and let's just add that other arm back in. And now we can kind of start to bring them around a little bit quicker, but we still want to have as much range of motion as we can. And as you come up through the back, try to get your hands as close together as you can coming over the top. A little bounce in there if you want. Just big circles here. And we'll go right into the back motion. Again, trying to squeeze those shoulder blades together, open up across the front of the shoulders and the front of the chest, right through there. So kind of accelerate through up to the top. As we get moving through these, we're probably starting to feel it a little bit in there. We'll do one more, and then we'll come right up into our streamline. And reach as high as you can, like you're getting lifted right off the ground by your fingertips. Remember, when we're doing the streamline, we're squeezing our ears, not behind our ears. Let's go over to one side, hold that for a few seconds. Go over to the other side. Hold that for a few seconds. Now, this one, we're gonna do that motion. We haven't done it in a while. I can't right now, off the top of my head, remember what it's called. But we're gonna pretend our back is up against a wall, and we're gonna slowly slide our elbows down. So squeeze the shoulder blades together, open the chest up, just like you're sliding your hands down the wall. So about this position, feel that stretch in there. And then we'll come right back up into the streamline. Squeeze that tight, up nice and high on that. Do it a couple more times. We'll come right down here, nice and slow. Nice and flat back. Feel that stretch. and then come right back up. I'll do one more of those. Right down, nice and slow. To about here, we'll hold that for a sec, feel the stretch a little bit, and then bring it right up. One more big streamline squeeze and stretch side to side, and you can drop your arms, shake them out a little bit. Good. So hopefully now you can kind of loosen the shoulders and kind of getting ready to go. All right, let's grab our bands and get rolling. Let me grab my workout here. Give me 1 second. Okay, pull up my clock. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of keep going with one of the things we've been working on recently, which is that catch portion of the stroke. And what we are gonna do, grab my cords here so you guys can see me. Is this whole preset today is gonna be all double arms. So all the time, arms at the same time. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna start out each round with 10 seconds of working just the catch. Let me see if I can get that a better picture there for you. So this is, our preset is always slow and deliberate are the two key words I like to use for that because we're still warming up. We've just got the paddles on, so we don't want to jump into things too quickly. But our hands should be nice and vertical if we're standing, just parallel with our body. And all we're doing, elbows stay still, drop the fingertips. The elbow points out. You can see my elbow pointing towards you on the screen. And it's just the top part until we get to that 90-degree angle and then slow right back up. So we're just working on the catch to here. Easy back up. So when we get going, we're gonna do 10 seconds of this right into some double arm pulls. Now the important thing is keep that same catch up front, pull right all the way back, parallel with your body. See how my arm is nice and parallel back here? And then right back up. So those are gonna be the double arm pulls that we do. All right, we'll get going here in about 30 seconds. Let me get situated so I can see what people are doing. And pull up my watch. All right, so this first round is gonna be pretty simple. We're gonna do 10 seconds of just the catch up front, right into 15 seconds of double arm pulls. We don't need a lot of tension here on the pre. Like I said, it's slow, it's deliberate, and we are form focused on this as we go. So we'll get started in 10 seconds. We're gonna do 10 seconds of just the catch portion to 90 degrees. We'll do that for 10 seconds with both arms together, and then we'll go right into 15 seconds of full pulls, double arm pulls. All right, here we go. We're gonna start right now. 10 seconds of just slow and deliberate, just the catch up front. Don't let your hands come out too wide. They wanna be underneath your shoulders as you pull back. And now we'll switch to full pulls all the way through for 15 seconds. Full double arm pulls now. Keep that nice high elbow on the catch, but now we're just adding that back portion straight out the back. Okay, and rest. We'll take about 30 seconds here, kind of work it into things. We don't want to rush it too much. We're going to add a little bit to it this time. We're going to stick to our 10 seconds of setting up the catch at the front, 10 seconds of setting up, and then from there we're gonna go right into 30 seconds of full pulls now. And again, slow and deliberate, this is form focused, still warming the shoulders up, and we're setting ourselves up for the main set by really focusing on that catch portion of the stroke. We'll get started in 10 seconds here. We're gonna do 10 seconds of just the catch to that 90 degrees back up, and then 30 seconds of full double arm. And we will start right now. Go for it. So we've got 10 seconds of just the catch portion. Try not to bring your elbows back. Just drop the hands down to 90 degrees right underneath your elbow. And now full double arm pulls for 30 seconds. Here we go. Pull all the way back. Again, slow and deliberate here. We're still warming it up. We're working on stroke mechanics at this point. Full double arm pulls. The big thing is as the hands drop down on that catch portion, don't allow your elbow to go towards the ceiling at all. Got 5 more seconds. And rest. Excellent. Good. We'll take a little rest here. We'll kind of keep progressing through this pre-main. Don't need to add any tension at this point. This next one through, same thing, 10 seconds of just the catch once we get going. So 10 seconds of catch into 45 seconds now of double arm pulls. So an extended amount of time. We've kind of bumped it up to 45 seconds. This is when you really want to start feeling good. We're going to add a little pressure. So by the time we get to 45, you might be feeling it a little bit, but just keep pushing through. All right, we'll go in 10 seconds. Starting off again with just 10 seconds of just the catch into double arm pulls. And we'll start right now. Go for it. So 10 seconds at this point, just the catch up top. Looking good. And full double arm pulls now for 45 seconds. So this is an extended one here. Make sure we're pulling all the way through past the hip. We shouldn't have too much tension at this point. All right, Natalia, why don't you try to get a little bit lower with your upper body there. Bend at the hips a little bit more if you can. There you go, right there. Perfect. Good. Got 10 more seconds. We're still early in this, so you might start to feel the burn sooner than normal here. But make sure we get full extension past the hips as you finish. And rest. Okay, another short break here. One more round, and then we will be ready for our main set. So as I'm sure you know, this last round is going to be 10 seconds of just focusing on the catch into a full minute of the double arm pulls. Again, at this point, not a lot of tension, shouldn't be super hard, slow, form focused, in control is the best way to say how we should be doing that full minute straight with the double arms. But we will get started in 10 seconds. We've got a 10-second catch into a full minute of double arm pulls. I'm gonna go in 5. Okay, and go. 10 seconds, just the catch, setting that stroke up. Make sure you're not pulling your arms back. Just looks like you're pulling your arms back a little bit as you go. Try to keep that elbow up top. Okay, and full double arm pulls now, all the way through for 1 minute. So this is where we kind of, as we get into these extended ones, I said we really want to try to feel the rhythm on these. And again, we want to make sure we push all the way through past the hip. Cindy, it looks like you can get a little further back on the end there. Nice straight arms. There you go. Great. It's looking good. Got 30 more seconds. Still warming up. So we're not dropping the head. "15 more seconds, and we'll take a break." He's doing great. 5 more seconds. Okay, and rest. All right, let's drop the bands. Take this opportunity, swing the arms out a little bit more. Make sure the shoulders are ready to go. Loosen up those little stretching across the body. And get those triceps going over the head. Just kind of get everything loose and ready for our main set today. Grab my cords, show you guys what we're gonna do. So each round that we do in the main set today is gonna start with 15 seconds of right arm only, 15 seconds of left arm only, and both of those are gonna be at high tension. So I want you to get a lot of tension on those cords. You should really feel it. The arm you're not using, I want it ready to go. So it's gonna be staying right up here at the top and almost get it prepped. So I can kind of see my elbows up a little. I've got a little bit of pressure on that paddle, but the arm that you are doing is gonna be nice and slow. We've got high tension on that. So let me do it the other way so you can see better. High tension, and I want great form. Now, if we want to advance a little bit, we've been doing this for a while, what you can do is you can see how my shoulder pushes forward here just a little bit. It's very subtle. Shoulder goes forward just a bit. While I start that catch, I pull, and then my shoulder goes back. So it's that motion. You don't want to twist your whole body, and you don't want to twist this way. It's shoulder presses forward for the catch, pull straight through the back, and shoulder, I'm extending back as far as I can. So you're pressing the shoulder forward for the catch, and on my fingertips, my arm is extending back that way for the finish. So again, it's gonna be high tension, right arm only for 15 seconds. This should be slow, deliberate. Feel that high tension, perfect form on that. Right into 15 seconds of the other arm. Now this first round, what we're gonna do, as soon as we finish up the 15 seconds on that other arm, we're gonna take a little scoot forward, and we're gonna go right into 15 seconds straight tempo. Up tempo pulling, alternating. Now again, when we say tempo, I don't mean just move your arms faster. It's get that catch and accelerate through the back. Catch and accelerate. So the catch sets up and you push hard through the back. So again, we start out with one arm only, high tension pulls. We ease up on the tension and we go into high tempo, alternating pulling. So the first round is gonna be 15 seconds right arm only, 15 seconds left arm only. Scoot forward so you have less tension on the cords, and we're gonna do 15 seconds straight of high tempo alternating. We'll get started in about 30 seconds here, and I'll give you a good amount of rest in between each round. So this will end up being 45 seconds straight. Okay, we will go in 10 seconds. We start out with 15 seconds, right arm only with high tension, and go. Now again, I always say high tension, but if you can't finish the stroke all the way through the back, you've got too much tension. You want to be able to finish with a nice straight arm in the back. Okay, and switch to your left arm, other arm now. Remember, we practiced that catch in the pre to get warmed up, to get ready to go for this. Okay, and scoot forward, alternating high tempo now. For 15 seconds, alternating high tempo. Accelerate through the back of that stroke. And rest. All right, you can put the bands down, take a little bit of an extended rest here. We'll take about a minute before we get going with round two. Now round two, we up the ante a little bit here. We still stick with our 15 seconds of right arm only high tension, 15 seconds of left arm only high tension. Then we're gonna scoot forward and we're gonna go for a full 30 seconds of the alternating high tempo pulls. So it's gonna be 45 seconds again. Still focus, we want the catch. Just because you're starting to accelerate more and go faster doesn't mean we wanna lose the form at the top of the stroke. So it's gonna be a little bit of extended now. So 15 seconds right arm only, 15 seconds left arm only, right into 30 seconds of high tempo alternating pulls. And we will get started in 10 seconds, 10 seconds here. Higher tension on the single arm only, less tension on the alternating because we want the tempo to go up on those. I'm gonna start in 5 seconds. And go. Right arm only high tension. We don't want to rush through the one arm only. We want to keep that deliberate and slow. It should be very form focused from the catch up front all the way through the back. And switch arms now, other arm only. All the way through the back, catch and pull. Good job. Okay, less tension, high tempo, go. 30 seconds, alternating. All the way through the back, excellent. Got 15 more seconds, so keep that nice neutral spine. This is just like swimming type tempo and timing. 5 more seconds. Okay, and rest. All right, excellent. Again, we'll take a little longer rest here. We are looking good. Okay, we're gonna keep climbing this ladder here. Yeah, we've got, once again, We're going to stick to that 15 seconds right arm only, 15 seconds left arm. On those ones that one arm only, really feel that tension and hold that tension all the way through. Allow that tension to help you keep your elbow up and focus where you're putting the pressure on the paddle or on the cord as you're pulling through, especially through the back. And to really try to extend through the back end of that stroke too. Because what we want to do is we want to set that up for that alternating tempo. Because a lot of the times when we increase tempo, what tends to happen is instead of finishing all the way through by accelerating faster, instead we stop sooner. So we really want to emphasize this back portion of the pull right here, particularly on the one arm, so that when we go to the faster tempo, we're still finishing right through that back portion. All right, we will start in 10 seconds. 15 right arm only, 15 left arm only, 45 seconds of alternating. So if you need to scoot even further forward for less tension on the alternating, now that we've extended it, that's fine. All right, and go. 15 seconds, right arm only. High tension. You don't need to rush through the one arm only ones. Use the tension on the cord to help create a perfect stroke. And switch arms. Okay, and alternating double arm right now, less tension, just like a swimming stroke. Less tension now. But find that tempo, set the catch up, and then we accelerate through. Make sure you're finishing all the way, make sure you're able to push all the way past the hip. Got 15 more seconds. Five more seconds. And rest. Excellent. We'll take another extended rest here. Good. All right. So again, yeah, really try to use that one arm only to focus on technique and use that extended alternating to focus on the tempo, the rhythm. We'll take a little longer break here. We'll get started in about 40 to 45 seconds. We're going to do it again. 15 right arm, 15 left arm, 1 minute straight of alternating. And then that will be the end of this little piece. So don't worry about that. But 15 right arm only, 15 left arm only, high tension, slow and deliberate, form focused, working on every aspect of that pull, from the catch to that high elbow to finishing all the way through the back. Then we want to translate that into an up-tempo alternating swim rhythm. We will get started in 15 seconds. 15 seconds, a little time here to prepare yourselves. Okay, we will go in 5 seconds. Okay, right arm only, and go. More seconds here. Okay, and switch arms. We also still don't want to forget about the little things like head position. Nice and neutral head position here. Okay, and alternating single arm starts now. I'm gonna go 1 minute straight, so if you need to ease up on the tension a little bit more than you have been, go ahead and do that, because we want to make sure you're still able to finish with good form from front to back, especially as we get towards the hip. As I said, with increased tempo, one of the big things we want to remember is to finish the stroke all the way through. We don't make our arms move faster by shortening the stroke. We make them move faster by accelerating more. We've got 30 more seconds, and we'll take a nice longer break here. He's looking great. 15 more seconds. Remember, try to limit the bounce as we get towards the end, nice and stable. 5 more seconds. And rest. All right. Let's drop the bands. We'll take an extended break here. Let you get some water. Rest up a little bit before we get into just the last portion of today's session. So we've been working on finding that form, particularly on the catch. So what we're going to do now is we're going to kind of start on the higher end of alternating single arm, and we're going to drop time as we go through this. But as the times get shorter, I want the tension to increase. Okay, so it's going to get harder as it gets shorter. And we'll get started in about a minute. And we're going to start with 1 minute straight. So don't need a ton of tension on this, just enough tension so that you're able to hold form. One of the things we've talked about, sometimes if the cords are too loose, and that won't work, you're not able to get that catch up at the front. You need a little bit of tension to enable that catch up here. So we're going to start with 1 minute straight. This shouldn't be too hard. It should be the easiest of them. Just enough tension to get good form. And again, when we do this, it's going to be alternating single arm. We're going to take out the single arms, solo stuff, and it's just going to be alternating, and we're getting to that swim rhythm and feeling good. And we'll go in about 15 seconds here. We're going to do 1 minute straight of alternating single arm, just like when you're swimming. This should be the easiest tension, so I want to see really, really good form here. Okay, we're going to go in 10 seconds. In 5 seconds, excuse me. Okay, and go. 1 minute straight. So again, if we're standing, we want a nice flat back. We don't want to be staring straight up ahead so that you're straining your neck, but we don't want the chin tucked in at the shoulder. Especially if you've got your head up, you're going to create a little even more strain through the top of the shoulder. You want to be nice and relaxed, neutral head position. And as we get through this, we are now halfway through, so just make sure you're not bouncing up and down. And still make sure we finish all the way through the back. So whether you're laying down or you're standing, when you finish the pull, your arms should be parallel with your body. Got 15 more seconds. Don't forget about that nice high elbow catch at the front. Okay, and rest. Excellent. We'll take about 30 to 45 seconds rest here. We're going to drop the time down to 45 seconds, but increase the tension. So let's say that was like a 70 to 75% effort. So maybe an RPE of like 6-ish. Now we're bumping that up to like 45 seconds of like an 80 to 85% effort. This should feel like a race pace type effort now. So we're getting into something that you could sustain, but not for super long. This is like an 85% RPE, like 7-ish, maybe into 8 a little bit, but find that rhythm, find that tempo a little bit harder than what we just did. We're gonna go for 45 seconds. We're gonna start in 10 seconds. Okay, gonna go in 5. Okay, and go. 45 seconds straight now. So have a little more tension. Should be a little bit harder. With this effort, we're thinking like a race pace type of effort. Spend a lot of time focusing on that front end and that catch. Let's not forget it now. We've only got 15 more seconds. Make sure we're not bouncing or swaying too much side to side. Nice and stable. 5 more seconds. And rest. Excellent. Good job, everybody. We're going to take, again, a 30 to 45 second rest here. And then we're going to go right into 30 seconds. And you guessed it, more tension. This should be harder. Now we're talking like 90 to 95% effort. So more tension on there, but as I always say, not so much tension that you can't finish the stroke all the way through. This is only going to be for 30 seconds, harder effort. Now we're on an RP of like an 8 or 9, should be pretty hard, We'll get to that 30 and you should be thinking I could only do that for maybe 10 to 15 more seconds. And we're gonna go in 10 seconds. It's just 30 seconds straight, pretty hard effort here. Hold the form and hold the technique. I'm gonna go in 5. Okay, and go. 30 seconds, hard effort with great form, because that's what we've been focusing on here. That's what we've been thinking about. Keep that rhythm, keep that tempo up. We're halfway there. Make sure we're finishing all the way through the back. Don't drop those elbows on the catch. 5 more seconds. Okay, and rest. All right, here we are towards the end. Take 30 to 45 seconds, and we've got just a 15-second interval here. Max tension, max effort. Make yourself hurt on this one. You should get to the end of the 15 seconds and think, good, I can't do any more. That's it. So high tension, high effort here for 15 seconds. We're gonna go in 10 seconds. Got a little rest. This is it for the day. 5 seconds. And go. 15 seconds, hard, hard, hard. Push all the way through the back. You should be struggling to push through the back, but get it through. 5 more seconds, that's it. Okay, and you're done. Drop them. Nice job, everybody. All right, that was a good one. We kind of worked through fast. We focused on some technique there a little bit, hit the one arm kind of hard at the same time. So hopefully we're able to take something away from that, especially as we start to translate and hopefully to some actual swimming. We'll be able to take that high elbow catch and bring it into the water with us. Does anyone have any questions about any of the stuff we did today? Anything I talked about? Got a little bit technical, maybe talking about pushing that shoulder forward or finishing with that back. Or just any questions on anything with the bands or swimming at all.
I have a question about color of bands.
Yes.
Okay, I have a red one and I haven't done this in a while. What color should I have?
I would say yellow. Okay. Start as easy as you can and then build up as opposed to starting harder and having to go back down. So I would go with the easiest one, because if you've got the red one, it's going to be even having just enough tension to get the stroke in isn't going to allow you to finish all the way back. We want to have some tension up at the start and the catch. We don't want it to be too slack when we do the catch. So I'd say start easy and then work to hard.
Okay, thank you.
No, you're very welcome.
John,
yes.
I feel a real difference between my left arm and my right arm. Like my right arm, it seems okay and easy, like not easy, but I can do it. The left, whoa. Which is actually no surprise, because in the swim, God knows what my left arm is doing. Like, I can never figure it out.
Yeah, so just a little imbalance there. I mean, we do have those imbalances with everything. You'll feel it in cycling, you'll feel it in running. Hopefully it's not so bad in swimming that you're swimming in circles. But what that is I would do some more of those exercises with just the one arm. Really, especially if your left arm is the weak arm. If you're just getting going on a stretch band session, take some time just to focus, get a mirror or even set up the computer so you can see, and just focus on just that left arm and getting those movements in with that, and even adding a little bit of strength. But if you've got the mirror, you can hopefully take a look or do it this way on a computer and really focus on what you're doing and where your arm is in that pole. And do it with your other arm just resting on your leg or setting still so that you don't have to worry about holding that up. But try focusing on just that arm and see if you can notice maybe you're pulling too far outside of your body. If we get out too far, your shoulder is going to be much stronger in this position than it is in this position. So if your hand is too far outside of your body, that could create some weakness in the shoulder and a weaker pull as well. So just check your position throughout would be my recommendation.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right. Thanks, everybody. Thank you for coming. And we will be back at it on Sunday. So hopefully you can join us.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Thank you, John.
You're welcome. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.